Hello, my name is Swissbianco. In this video I will talk about the Swiss military armorer manual for the SIG 210 pistol. In Swiss military that was named the Pistole 49 from the year as that was adopted, 1949. Prior that we had a variant of the what we call in USA the Luger, the P08 variant of those, and as best as I remember we were the first country which the military had a self-loading pistol, or one of the first, and the Parabellum, as we call it in Switzerland, that did pretty well for back then. Of course, by now it's a really unique construction with Glock and 6 hour and all that. But for back then, we have to see how all the other pistols of that area were, and there it really had some modern features on it. So in the Swiss military, they did use the SIG 210, I would say close to the year 2000. We did see still older military people that had one of those, and of course as you leave the military, as you get retired, you get your gun, if you want it, home with you. I'm not sure if that still is the case there, because I did emigrate a couple of years ago and leave that terrible place. And so there are many of those pistols in private hands, hopefully safe and all, and it's perfectly legal as they got it from the Swiss military. The SIG 210, as most of you know, is a really accurate pistol. It's made like a clock, and I can tell you that because I did work on that system as well, and it's really nice made. I never saw much similar quality builds in USA like this. This of course to the old original SIG 210, and not the newer made version that is made in Germany, as best as I know, and not in Switzerland anymore, because the tooling and all is gone. So to come back to the manual, this is the bigger manual for the armorer. I got many of those manuals as I was in Switzerland just for studying it. A lot of information in it that are affordable. They did sell those manuals, especially as the gun was no longer in main service, really cheap. Here we see the 210. I call it for the US reason 210 because the P49, most in USA they don't know what that is. So that is for many items a couple different names. So I'm here in USA, so it's a 210 and finish. And here we see the gun in its parts: the slide lock, frame, and the magazine. Single stack magazine. I wish they would ever have make a double stack version of this. Disassembled magazine, and then we see here the exploded view of the design. We see on the details the magazine lock as a spring, locks on the bottom, so there is no side magazine button like with the newer one. Trigger is really nice made, single action. The firing pin, there is no firing pin safety back then. A long guide rod, and the slide to the frame is railed pretty much the whole length. And we see here the equipment. We have the holster and a strap for the holster, 2 magazines, and the cleaning kit. Cleaning kit was a metal box, like a tubing with the needed parts, and the interesting feature, it would screw in on top those parts, so you have this then as a handle for cleaning the bottle. Simple, effective, nice. It shows how to use the gun, how to take it apart. The different parts. The trigger assembly can be lifted out as well, as the trigger assembly is put in similar to a Tokarev, a Russian TT-33. There is nearly no play in that. By the SIG. The Tokarev, of course, is a complete different gun, different system. Here we also see the full rails on the slide that goes inside the full frame. So it's the full length is in the rails, and those rails usually have really little play. That was made back then, as Switzerland still had a great quality, and without CNC and all that. Here we see the trigger, the single action trigger, how that works. Of course, it's a locked construction. The locking system is basically like with the CZ75. We have this part here that locks and unlocks the guiding, and on top it locks. So it's a solid barrel system. It's not like the 1911 with the chain link. This allow for more precise locking, unlocking, and the tolerances, so the accuracy is better. This gun basically is made for accuracy. Here we see the magazine safety. There was a magazine safety on it even back then. As you remove the magazine, the connection between the trigger and the hammer is interrupted. That safety could be taken out really easy. Of course, not by the military, they would not agree to that, but otherwise that could be really easy removed. How the magazine, the slide lock works after the last round. Here we see the frame. Frame was a great piece of machinery. Here we see the magazine safety, which is screwed on. You can easily take that out, then the gun would fire even without the magazine in place. The slide with the extractor. The sights were also really nice made, adjustable. And they had different heights of sights as well. Here we see that they had different front sights to different heights, so you could really adjust the point of aim for 50 meters. Yeah, that is it already. That's how the SIG 210 Armorer manual looks like from the Swiss military. This one was valid from 1st October 1966. And they had different variants of the manuals over time, even for the same gun. Quite likely as they run out with a print that they did update. Sometimes they had to update because something on the gun did change. A good sample is the hand grenade. Hand grenade 85. I think it was 85. The Swiss military did adopt a hand grenade like the military style from the USA, a round one with a lever on the side, and that we had back then as well. That did replace the older German the potato masher style, and that manual, that was the worst. We had about 7 or 8 different manuals for that hand grenade, because the hand grenade did not work well, and they did change that manual all the time, and you have to glue something over it. That manual is still in Switzerland. Maybe one day it comes, and then I make a video about that too. No idea if that ever did work out with that sorry construction hand grenade, and I can only say other than the SIG 210, which really was a great gun for what it was. Most of the rest of equipment we had in the Swiss military, as I was there until I left, that was not worth much at all. If it's firearms, if it's shoes, if it's clothing, backpacks, the great Condor motorcycles, we had a heck of a bad equipment there. It's completely the opposite of what we can get now in USA for little money. But this only to close on the SIG 210 pistol armorer manual from the Swiss military.